Hi everyone, this is my review of the Crawford version 3 air oil separator for the WX STI, and I don't like it. So before I got the AOS, I actually had a catch can right there, the Cusco catch can. You see my previous video on how to install it and how I ran it, and what I was finding out was that on track sessions it would fill up all the way. After a single session I would have to empty it. So I did some reading. People are saying that AOSs are better than catch cans because you don't have to empty it and the oil just drains back into the engine. Well, that's assuming that you're catching where most of the oil is coming from. The way the version 3 AOS is plumbed, it actually doesn't even catch most of the oil. So under high G turns, the boxer engine is horizontal, right? So the oil will go to the sides. It actually gets picked up by the vent, the valve cover vents. So let me see. So it comes up here and it plumbs into the vent over yonder, and it actually normally it combines with the one on the other side. You see this one, it goes down and then down and around, and then there's a Y where they both combine, and then normally this tube is right here. So this vacuum, this is actually hooked up to the turbo inlet, and so this is always under vacuum. And so when you're going high speed into a corner, oil's gonna come up on the side, and you give it gas, it's going to suck up all that oil into this system. Well, the version 3 doesn't even tap into this system. For some reason the version 2 does, but the version 3 does not, which is kind of ridiculous. So I'm gonna get in touch with Crawford and try to get it exchanged. I'll let you guys know how that goes. But in the meantime, for my next track day, what I'm having to do is put the catch can back in and so I'm routing the hose into the catch can and then back through, around, and into vacuum. So hopefully that will catch most of the oil that I was previously burning with this air oil separator. That doesn't really work. The only thing that it does is it intercepts interacts and plumbs into the PCV system. But that's not where most of the oil is going to come from. Most of your oil on your track day is going to come through the sides, up and around, and so forth. So I don't like the product. If you had a choice, or you're thinking of buying one, version 2 is definitely better than version 3. It'll actually work. I looked at the instructions and how it looks, and the inside cross section of it looks like an aerial separator too, because what it is, it's basically two catch cans stacked on top of one another. So this is one section, and then it empties over here. That's the in, that's the out. Same thing on this side. There's one over here and one way down there. So I was trying to think of a way to actually replumb this in a way that I could pass this through the catch can and have the oil just drain back into the crankcase. But there's no way of doing that because it's basically in, out. Whereas if you look at the other designs, it'll go in, out, and then it'll swirl around and coalesce and get all the oil. And then oil has a third port. The air oil separator has a third port that will let you drain the oil back into the engine. The version 2 has that, the version 3 does not. So that's why you should not get the version 3 AOS from Crawford.